Welcome to Alameda Food Bank, and thanks for volunteering with us. In this short video, we're going to talk about how the Island Community Market works, what it looks like to volunteer with us, and what the shopper experience looks like. Let's get started. So the Alameda Food Bank is serving folks that either live, work, or study in the city of Alameda. We're open on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. On Mondays and Fridays, we're open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and on Wednesdays, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So once shoppers come in through our front entrance, they will stop and talk to volunteers at our reception desks where they will receive a shopping ticket that will be used throughout the whole shopping process. Once shoppers receive their ticket for their shopping trip, they are then able to sit in our indoor waiting area or our outdoor waiting area. Once shoppers hear their number called, they will go to the desk that is indicated on the monitor, sit and interact with our volunteers, where volunteers are then logging their shopping trip for the day.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Once the shopper's trip is logged for the day, then they are able to enter into our Island Community Market through the double doors. So once our shoppers enter our Island Community Market shopping floor, they will then receive a shopping cart, just like at a grocery store, from one of our volunteers. Once they receive their shopping cart, they're able to go about the shopping floor as they wish, selecting items from all of our displays. We do have limits set on all of the items. We set limits to make sure that we have enough food for everyone throughout the day. Once shoppers are done making their selections for the day, then they're able to go through our checkout process. This is very similar to Costco, where volunteers are doing a visual scan of a cart and just to make sure that limits were paid attention to. Once the checkout process is done, shoppers are able to box or bag their items using the boxes that are provided. So we ask all volunteers to sign our liability waiver and review our volunteer handbook online before coming in for your shift. Once you arrive, please make sure to use the street parking instead of the parking lot that is dedicated for our shoppers. Once you arrive, you'll come in through our volunteer entrance right through here. So on your first day, you'll always come in and look at the whiteboard here to try and find your name under the day your shift is on. And then a staff member or lead volunteer will help you create an account on our iPad here. On a normal day, you would then check for your name and then log your hours on the iPad here. Once you come in for your first day, a volunteer or staff member will give you a tour, but you will always want to make sure you first get a name tag, a vest or a safety sash, and then any other supplies you may need for your shift throughout the day. You'll be able to find gloves, box cutters, first aid kit, tape, cleaning supplies, etc. So we have a volunteer break room, and let's go see what that looks like. And this is our shopping floor. And this is where all volunteers are able to store any items that they want in any of our lockers here and get any drinks, snacks, and look at our volunteer board with all of the information of upcoming events and community activities happening. Most volunteer work focuses on restocking the shopping floor, which primarily happens in the back of the warehouse, and then those display items are then rolled out onto the marketplace. That would include produce, bread, desserts, and some of our home goods. So when restocking produce, you'll find most of the produce items laid out in front of our cooler and in the middle of our warehouse here. All dry goods are stored underneath the racking, where you will then use carts to move food from the back of the warehouse to the Island Community Market floor. We ask volunteers to not lift boxes and carry them individually, as it is a lot safer and more effective to use the carts. We generate a lot of packaging here, so sorting is super important. We like to keep two types of cardboard. The first of which are our banana boxes. So banana boxes are used internally. They're very precious to us. We do not want to dispose of them or give them away. The second type of cardboard is any sort of box that is good for a shopper to pack their food home into and gets placed out into the bagging and boxing area where our shoppers exit. Any other cardboard apart from our banana boxes and good take-home boxes should be disposed of in this big gray bin. And that includes any box that has touched raw meat, anything that's too big, too small, is broken or wet or slimy. We also encounter a lot of wax cardboard. So wax cardboard can go into this green bin here, broken down. And then we also have a place for our soft plastic wrap, and all other trash will go into receptacles on the end here. So we give out a lot of fresh produce here, and when deciding whether this is something that should go out to our shoppers on the shopping floor, we always ask ourselves, is this something I would eat myself, or is this something I would give to a loved one? And if yes, then it's good to go out onto the shopping floor, and if not, there's one of two options where it can go out. We work with farm partners here in the city, and so if a produce item is good for animal feed, it would go into one of our receptacles here, and if not, it goes into our compost bins. This is an active warehouse environment, so we just want everyone to be mindful of safety and the precautions set here in our space. Please be mindful of moving volunteers, displays, carts, boxes that might be on the ground. We do have pallet jacks and forklifts in our warehouse. This is for staff use only, and if you encounter either of these, you just want to make sure you make eye contact with the driver and step way out of the way. Thanks for volunteering with us, and we can't wait to see you.